Hi, my name is Adri Lazarus. I'm a senior and my major is Communication Studies while my minor is International Affairs. I am American Bengali. My mom is from Bangladesh, my dad is from the US, he's from New York. And I identify as a woman who is straight and who is educated, college education. I identify as a South Asian. I identify as a Muslim who is more of a modern day Muslim. I also identify as someone who's traveled all around the world, and that's a lot of where my cultural identity stems from. My identity helped my experience at UNCW because it basically gave me the motivation to go after leadership positions that I might not have, because multiculturalism is such a core part of who I am that it was my motivation to go and join the Upper Men's Center as a diversity intern, to be an ally for Centro Hispano, to be engaged in the comm department as someone who really advocates for minority students and allies who are Caucasian peers who want to make sure that diversity is a concept that is appreciated at the school. When I came here as a freshman, I was literally terrified because it was my third year in the US, and I was like, oh my God, how is this gonna work? And I started meeting student leaders out of the woodworks, and I just realized, I have 4 years here, I'm so lucky, I better get involved. And I went from a terrified freshman to a student leader within a year, and I continued to do so, and it's been the most incredible experience. I think there are two pockets of coexistence. There's the part where people don't know anything about how to get involved with diversity or that minorities actually exist. And then there's the pocket of people who are working really hard to create that type of a change. And for the people that are the latter, they are really an inclusive community. They try to coexist with one another. So you can walk into a cultural space and be welcomed, even if you're of a different race or ethnicity, because it's supposed to be inclusive. That's what college education is about. I think UNCW has grown in diversity since I was a freshman, but I don't think that we are nearly at the level that other schools in North Carolina are. UNCW is a predominantly white institution, or a PWI for those that don't know the acronym. And that can be intimidating for students of color who come to the school, but instead of, being fearful of it, I think that you should embrace it and try your best to change the conversation. And vulnerability is scary, but when you do it, you get to meet all of these other student leaders who probably have a lot of the same values that you do, and they care about you and they want you to be recognized and appreciated. You need to figure out how to facilitate that communication because it's not comfortable, it's not easy, it's not straightforward or diplomatic at times, but it's necessary for the overall success. Something that I do to break the ice is I like to joke around. I'm more of a funny person, so I'll say something about being brown. And that's not to be offensive or, come for the life of a South Asian, but it's funny. My roommate, she asked me the other day if I had used the tanning bed in the apartment complex that we lived in. I looked at her and said, no, I think I'm good. And she laughed. And the thing is, you can treat these situations with humor and kindness because a lot of times people are just curious. So I identify with age, ethnicity more than race, because for me, race is a social construct. Socioeconomic status, citizenship, national origin, which is I was born in the US even though I'm Bengali. Generation, because I'm a first gen. My mom immigrated here from Bangladesh. My family status, which is both parents are married. And learning ability and style as well. All of these make sense to me. Like your religion, it affects a lot of people. Your political ideology, it does affect you if you're strong and vocal about it. I am a fighter. I am okay with being in an uncomfortable position in a place that isn't familiar to me. And there's a lot of people who go to college to push themselves like that, and giving them the opportunity to do so is important. My motivation, my identity, every job I'm applying for after college is because I want to serve and be a vessel to people like my parents were and have an impactful career. I am Bengali, Muslim, a woman, and open-minded, but I am not limited by my intersectionality.